Hello friends, I am Lakshmi Kant. Hope you all are fine, my dear. Here in this part here I'm going to start phylum Echinodermata. This one is the part 8, my dear. In previous part I was told you about the phylum Mollusca, right? So now in this very part I'm going to start phylum Echinodermata. See, dear, before I'm going to start this one phylum Echinodermata, you know what the meaning of this Echinodermata? Let's see first here the meaning of this Echinodermata. Then after we know the general characteristics and what physiology. Okay, so now see here if I'm saying here about the echino, you know the meaning of echino? Echino means what? Spiny. Echino means what, my dear? Spiny. And dermata means what? Body. Dermata means what? Body, my dear. Dermata, skinned body you say, or you say the body. So which one body? A skinned body. Correct? What I'm writing here? A skinned body. So see, if I'm saying here that the phylum Echinodermata, it means that the body which is present on the surface, there is what? A spiny skin. Okay, whenever the predators come over there, they become paralyzed, so that the skin is what is fully covered by a spine. So that's why it is known as what? A spiny skinned body, my dear. Now see what the general characteristics and physiology. Okay, so number one, the first point is here what I'm writing here about the phylum Echinodermata. Let's see, and whatever the things I'm writing here now, the same thing that is written in your NCERT, I will make check you here that what the thing is written in NCERT. I make here the clip also, that the clip will give you that the things that whatever I'm talking about in phylum Echinodermata. Okay, so before that we see NCERT, first of all here I would like to say that's points, that whatever the points I'm giving to you, the same thing that is written there. Okay, let's see one by one. Okay, now see here I'm going to tell about the phylum Echinodermata. It means what? It means what? These animal, see what I'm writing here, these animals have an endoskeleton. What I'm writing here, have an yes, what I'm writing here, endoskeleton. See, if I'm saying here the endoskeleton, it means what? The skeleton which is present inside the body. Yes or no? These animals have an endoskeleton of what I'm writing, calcareous. What I'm writing here, wait a moment, calcareous, C-A-L, wait a moment, C-A-L-C-A-R-E-O-U-S, calcareous ossicle. What I'm writing here, calcareous ossicle I am writing here. Okay, calcareous ossicles. So that's why it is known as, and hence what I am saying, the name, hence the name, what? Echinodermata. What I'm saying, Echinodermata. So if I'm saying here the Echinodermata, it means what? They have a spiny skinned body. So that's why I'm writing here in bracket, that is what? A spiny bodied. What I'm saying? A spiny bodied, my dear. Right? Okay. So this first point is clear. So whatever the organisms here, the basically the organisms which is have what? Endoskeleton, calcareous ossicles, and hence the name is what? Echinodermata, spiny bodied. Okay. Now the next point that is very important to know, that is the habit and habitat. Then after the what? Yes, level of organization. See what the habit and habitat of this phylum Echinodermata. Then what you say? All are marine. All are marine, my dear. So if I'm saying here that the all are marine, it means what? No one is found in any fresh water, right? Yes. So all are marine with what I'm saying, the level of organization is what? Tell me. Yes, you know, that is very good. Organ system level of organization. Organ system level of what? Organ system level of what I'm saying here, dear. Organ system level of organization. Correct. The second point is clear. Now the third point is here. What the third point is here, dear? The adult. This one is very important line. I am going to write here, the adult. What the adult? The adult echinoderms. The adult echinoderms are radial symmetrical. Or what I'm saying? Or what? Radial, or you say the radially symmetrical. Radially symmetrical. But what I'm saying here, but the larva. What I'm saying here, but the larva are what? Larva are what? Bilateral symmetrical. Bilateral symmetrical. Correct? See, again I'm repeating here this one point. So if anybody can say you about the adult echinoderms. The adult echinoderms are what? Radial symmetrical. See here the diagram of what staff is radial symmetrical. When we cut from the centers, then it divides into many halves. See, if we cut from their centers, it divides into what? Many equal halves. See, this one is what? Radial symmetrical, my dear. Clear? But whenever I'm saying about in larva stage, they have doesn't what radial symmetrical, they having what? Bilateral symmetrical. So this one is what? Adult echinoderms. This one is what? Adult echinoderms. So that's why it is what? Radial symmetrical. Correct? Now, next point. Hope so this one is very important point. Now, fourth one. What the fourth one is here, dear? Let's see. If anybody can ask you about the germ layer, then what you say? They are what? Triploblastic. They are what? Triploblastic. If I'm saying here that triploblastic, it means what? The origins which having what? Outer ectoderm, middle mesoderm, and inner layer, that is what? Endoderm. I was told in previous lecture, that is in part 1, my dear, about the general characteristics of animal kingdom. So you have not watched that very video, no? Go through that very video and watch that things that whatever I taught in previous class. Okay. So if anybody can ask you about the germ layer, then what you say? The triploblastic. But if anybody can ask you about the coelom, then what you say? Yes, they have coelom. That is known as what? Coelomate animal. What I'm saying? This one is what? Coelomate animals. Okay. Now, fifth point. That is very important to know. But the fifth point is here. If anybody can ask you about the digestive system, then you say here is what? Digestive system is what? Digestive system is what? Complete. So if I'm saying here the digestive system is what? Complete. So it means what? They have alimentary canal which start with from mouth and into where? Anus. So that's why I'm saying here complete digestive system with mouth. With mouth where? With mouth. Wait a moment. With mouth on the where? With mouth on the where? On the lower. And that lower region is what? Called ventral. Yes, ventral side. Ventral side and anus. Wait for a moment. And what I'm saying here? Anus where? On the what? On the ventral side, that is lower side. Okay. And on the what? Upper. And on the what? Upper side, that is what? Dorsal. That is what? Dorsal side. Correct. So now see, if anybody can ask you which type of digestive system is here, then you say what? Digestive system is complete. So if I'm saying here the digestive system is complete, it means that what? It means that they have full alimentary canal which start from the mouth and end to the anus. So now the question is here, where the mouth and where the anus physically present in echinodermata, then what you say? In echinodermata, lower region, that is the what? Lower region, that is ventral side, that is what? Mouth, while in the upper, that is dorsal side, that is what? Anus, my dear. Okay, I will show you with the help of diagram also. Wait for a moment, but hope so this thing is clear. Okay, now I'm going to move ahead. That is the what? Sixth point. Anybody can ask you about the sixth point, and what is say? An excretory system. Is there any excretory system is here? An excretory system is what? Absent, my dear. So there is not any system to eliminate the nitrogenous waste. Correct? So now, next thing that is very important to know here, that is the seventh point of phylum Echinodermata. That what the seventh point see. Here the most distinctive features, you know what the most distinctive feature of the phylum Echinodermata? Here I'm going to write the most distinctive feature. So dear, you also have to be listen first, then after you have to write. So take out your copy and pen and listen first that what I'm saying, then after you have to be writing your copy also. Okay, make your notes. That's the notes of your copy. So the most distinctive features, what I'm saying, the most distinctive features. What the most distinctive features, my dear, of the most distinctive features of which one? The most distinctive features of gyno. What I'm saying here, echinoderms. Echinoderms is what? Is the presence of, is the what here? Is the presence of what? You know, that is very important. That is water vascular system. What I'm saying here, dear, water vascular system. And this water vascular system, dear, help in what? Let's see, which help in what? Locomotion. Which help in what? Locomotion. Then after what? Capture. Then after what? Capture and what? Transport of food. What am I saying? Transport of food, my dear. Correct? Transport of food. So if I'm saying here the transport of food, and this one is also helping what? Respiration also. Yes. Wait a moment, I will show with the help of diagram also. So listen first what I'm saying here. The most distinctive features of phylum Echinodermata is the presence of water vascular system. What I'm saying here? Water vascular system. See this one. Most distinctive features. This one is water vascular system. Right? So this water vascular system is the most distinctive features which is present in phylum Echinodermata, and this phylum Echinodermata is responsible. This one is the part. This one is the features which is responsible for what? Locomotion, capturing of food, as well as the transport of food and respiration, my dear. Now I'm going to draw a diagram of phylum. Water vascular system, my dear. Okay, of phylum Echinodermata. Let's see. I'm going to draw. Okay. See. Hope so. It is very easy to draw. You know the starfish having this one structures. This one shape you make. Okay. This one. Let's see. This one the features. See. I'm making what I'm drawing here. I'm drawing here in this way. Okay. In this way I'm drawing. This one. Correct. Okay. Now see. This one is the channel. But divide separately into many different channels. Getting? Yes, that's what I'm saying. Hope so you all are getting. There are different channels here. This one direct. Okay. From this one channel, there is Metroporite. Wait for a moment. Yes, this one is metroporite. This one is what? Metroporite. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Metroporite. So now see, this one is the diagram of. Wait for a moment. This one is a diagram of what? This one is what? Ampulla. This one is what? This one is ampulla. Okay. And this one is what? This one is podium. This one is what? This one is podium. And now this one is what? This one is sucker. This one is what? Sucker, my dear. Clear? So now this ampulla, podium and sucker together known as what? Tube foot. What I'm writing here? This one is what? Tube foot. Okay. And this tube foot is what? Single. This tube foot is what? Single, my dear. Correct? Okay. Now see here, this one is what? Madreporite. What I'm writing here? This one name is what? Madreporite. Yani madreporite, you say madreporite, right? And after that, this madreporite open into a canal. The name of the canal is what? A stone canal. What I'm writing here? Stone canal. And after that, this stone canal further be divided into this pentagonal ring canal. After that, this one is what? Pentagonal. What I'm writing here? A ring canal. Okay. And after that, this pentagonal ring canal is further divided into which one? A radial canal. This one is further divided into which one? This one is the radial canal, my dear. Correct? And this radial canal further divided into which one? Lateral canal. This one is what? This one is what? Lateral canal. See, this one is the diagram of what? Water vascular system. This one is the diagram of which one? This one is the diagram of water vascular system. Is that clear? So this one is the water vascular system, which is the distinctive features of phylum Echinoderms, which is responsible for locomotion, capture and transport of what? Food material. Okay. So this thing is clear. Now next thing that is very important to know here, that what about, wait a moment, about the what? Sexes. If anybody can ask you about the sexes, then what you say? Sexes are what? Separate. Sexes are what, my dear? You say separate here. Okay. So now if I'm saying here that sexes is separate, then if anybody can ask you about the reproduction, then what the reproduction is here? Yes, very good. Reproduction is sexual, you know. Reproduction is what? Sexual, my dear. Okay. So if the sexes are separate here, the reproduction is here is what? Sexual. Now, if anybody can ask you about the fertilization, then what you say? Fertilization is usually external. Usually what? External, my dear. External fertilization means what? The fusion of gametes outside the body cell. So if the fusion of gametes outside the body cells, that is known as what? External fertilization. Correct? Now the thing is here, important to know that what about the what? Development. Here the development is what? You know, this type of development is here. So here the development is what? Indirect. So if I'm saying here the development is indirect, then first it goes into the larva, then into what? Adult. The development is indirect with free swimming. What I'm saying? With free swimming. Is that clear? So now see, very important to know here about what example. What the example of phylum Hemichord. That is what Echinodermata. That is number one. First, what the example is here? Asteris. Might be here the name of Asteris. Yes, definitely. Asteris. That is what a starfish. That is what a starfish. Now, second one is what Echinus. What I'm writing here? I'm writing here Echinus. So if I'm writing here Echinus, then it means what? Sea urchin. What this one is? This one is sea urchin. Now, third, what I'm saying here, Antedon. Antedon. If I'm saying here about Antedon, it means what? Sea lily. Sea lily. This one is very important. Yes, learn this one thing, my dear. How you learn? The simple way that the things to be learned, that you have to be right at least 5 times. Okay. The Antedon, that is what? Sea lily. Then after Cucumaria, that is what? Cucumaria. And this Cucumaria is what? Sea cucumber. What I'm saying? Sea cucumber. Correct. And finally, fifth one is what? Ophyra. What I'm writing here? Ophyra. That is brittle star. What? Brittle star. So these all are what? The example of phylum. Which one? Echinodermata. Clear? So this thing is clear. So now the time is here, dear, to know what the things that whatever I tell here is that things is written in your NCERT. Just see that very clear and to understand that yes, the thing is given or not. See here the clip of NCERT. So now see what the NCERT telling is the things that whatever I tell you that the things is written there. If yes, that is good. Let's see. Suppose if I'm saying here about the phylum Echinodermata, what the NCERT say here? The NCERT say here that the animals have an endoskeleton of calcareous ossicles. I was told this one thing. See, I was told this one thing. See, calcareous ossicles. I am saying here or not? This one is the what? Calcareous ossicles. See here, I am written here calcareous ossicles. Now, NCERT also is written here calcareous ossicles, and hence name what? Hence name is what? Echinodermata, and this Echinodermata means what? Is spiny bodied, my dear. Correct? A spiny bodied. See here the figure of for my head. You see here the figure of Asteris and Ophyra. Clear? So all they having what? A spiny skinned body. All are what? Marine, not any found in any fresh water. Organ system level of organization. Yes, that's one is what? Level of organization. Adult echinoderms. This one is very important. Adult echinoderms are what? Radially symmetrical. But the larva, what I'm saying, but the larva bilateral symmetrical, my dear. This one is very important. If anybody can ask you about the germ layer, then what you say? Triploblastic. If anybody can ask you about the coelom, then you say the coelomate animal. They having body cavity. Right? These all are the general characteristics. Now, physiology about the digestive system. Which one is digestive system? Is complete. If I'm saying the complete, then it was what? Mouth on the lower ventral side and anus on the upper dorsal side. I was told these all things. The most distinctive feature, see here, the most distinctive feature of echinoderms. What the most distinctive features here? Presence of water vascular system, and this water vascular system is responsible for what? Locomotion, capture of food, transport of food, and what? Respiration. Correct? Is any excretory system is here? No, excretory system is what? Absent here. Sexes are separate. Reproduction is what? Sexual. Correct? Fertilization is usually what? External. It means what? Fusion of gametes outside the body cells. Development is what? Indirect. So if anybody can say about the indirect development, the first came into the larva, then into change into adult with free swimming larva. Correct? Here the example is here. Asteris, starfish, Echinus, sea urchin, Antedon, sea lily, Cucumaria, sea cucumber, and Ophyra, brittle star. Correct? So these all are the phylum of Echinodermata, my dear. Hope so clear? Okay. Now, my dear, here I am going to move which one phylum? Phylum Hemichordata. Right? So now see the phylum of what? Hemichordata. Okay? See. The another phylum is what? Phylum Hemichordata. Let's see. So if I'm saying about the hemi means what? Half. Hemi means what? Wait for a moment. Hemi means what, my dear? Hemi means half. Chordata, having vertebrates. Vertebrates. Previously, this is belong in chordata, but later on, this hemichordata we further divide into the another phylum, that is phylum hemichordata. See what I am saying here. See here what the important points to be noted here, my dear. Here phylum hemichordata, they are what? Marine. If anybody can ask you about the habit and habitat, then what you say? They are what? Marine, my dear. They are what? Marine. Correct? So if I am saying here that marine animals, it means mostly found where? In sea. But if anybody can ask you, yes, this one is the marine animals, and if anybody can ask you about the level of organization, then what you say? Marine animals with organ system level of organization. With what? Organ system level of what? Level of what? Organization, my dear. Organ system level of organization. So see, if anybody can ask you about the habitat, then you say what? Marine. If anybody can ask you about the level of organization, then you say what? Organ system level of organization. Correct? Now, the second thing that is important here to know, what? Symmetry. They are what? They are bilateral symmetrical. Then what is what? Bilateral symmetrical. So if I'm saying here the body is bilateral symmetrical, it means what? The body cut from the centers, then you divide into two equal halves. So that's why I'm saying here what? It's bilateral symmetrical, my dear. Okay. So now see. And this one is what? Just a moment. Just a minute, dear. Just a minute. Just a minute, dear. Yes. They are what? Bilateral symmetrical. And if anybody can ask you about the germ layer, then what you say? Triploblastic. See, if I'm saying here the triploblastic, it means what? They have three. That is outer ectoderm, middle mesoderm, inner, that is what? Endoderm, my dear. Okay, they are bilateral symmetrical triploblastic, my dear. Now see, is there any having a coelomate? Yes. And what I'm saying here, coelomate animal. What the meaning of coelomate? That is body cavity. Coelom means what? Coelom means what? Body cavity, my dear. So that's why I'm saying here coelomate animals. Now, the third thing that is very important to know. What the third thing is here, dear? The body is cylindrical. Yes, I will show with the help of diagram also, dear. Wait for a moment. See, that's what I am writing here, what I'm saying here, what I'm telling here. Just focus here that the things that what I am teaching. Okay, then after I will show with the help of diagram also. I will check all the things that whatever given in NCERT also. Okay. So see, what I'm saying, the third point, the body is what? Bilateral symmetrical is clear? Yes, the body is what? Cylindrical. What I'm saying, the body is what, dear? Cylindrical. So if I'm saying that the body is what? Cylindrical, and it is what? Composed of, wait for a moment, and is what? Composed of what? An anterior. And anterior, what my dear? Anterior proboscis. Anterior, that is what? Proboscis, my dear. Proboscis, a collar, and a long trunk, my dear. What are you saying? And a what? Long trunk. So see, if what I'm saying here, I'm saying here the body is what? Cylindrical and is composed of an anterior, that is the outer region, that is proboscis, a collar, and a long trunk, my dear. So this one is the thing. Now, the fourth point that is very important to know here, but the fourth point, what the fourth point is important, my dear? See, if I'm saying here about the circulation, then what the circulation is here? I am saying here about the circulatory system. See here, the circulatory system is what? Circulatory system is what? Open type. So what the circulatory system here? Circulatory system is what? Open type, my dear. So if I'm saying here that the circulatory system is open type, it means what? The flow of blood directly into their body cells. It doesn't pass through their blood vessels. Getting what I'm saying? So circulatory system is what? Open type, my dear. Okay. So now, what the fifth point is here, my dear? That is very important to know here. That is the respiration. How the respiration take place, my dear? Okay. See here, the respiration take place through what? Through what I'm saying? Through gills, my dear. So respiration take place through what? Gills. Okay. So I will show you with the help of diagram also. Now the sixth point is here is what? What the sixth point is here? The excretory organ. What I'm saying here? Excretory organ. See, I am saying here about what? Excretory organ. So excretory organ is what? Proboscis gland. What I'm saying? Proboscis gland, my dear. Okay, clear? Now what the seventh point here? That is sexes are separate. Sexes are what? Separate, my dear. Correct? Clear? Clear? So now here the only the two example of phylum Hemichordata. What are the example of phylum Hemichordata? See, number one, that is planoglossus. That is what I'm saying. Planoglossus, and what? Saccoglossus. And what I'm saying? Saccoglossus. Correct? So here, see, again I'm repeating here that all the things that part the phylum Hemichordata, because there's some disturbance of the external sound here. So see, if anybody can ask you about the phylum Hemichordata, then you say what? Sir, hemi means half, chordate means what? Vertebrate. It means that they have vertebrate, they have not fully developed. Okay, previously they belongs where in phylum Chordata, but after that this one is what? Removed from their phylum. Then here it is what? Another phylum, that is what? Phylum Hemichordata. Okay, they are marine animals. Wait a moment. Marine animals with organ system level of organization. They are a bilateral symmetrical triploblastic and coelomate animal. Okay, second point is clear. So now the third point is what? The body is cylindrical. Yes, I will show with the help of diagram, and is composed of an anterior proboscis, a collar, and then after a long trunk body. Clear? Now the circulatory system is which type? Open type. Respiration takes place through gills. Excretory organ, that is proboscis gland. That is proboscis gland is responsible for removing of nitrogenous waste material. Okay, sexes are separate. Example here the two. One is planoglossus and saccoglossus. Now the time here to check through NCERT here. Yes, the time is here to check through NCERT. Before you have to go through the NCERT. This one is the thing written. Okay. But you want to show the diagram now? You want to see the diagram now? Okay, see. This one is a diagram of what? Planoglossus, my dear. Yes, before we have to be take this one diagram, then after we move, we are on NCERT line. Okay, let's see. See, this one is what I'm making a diagram of what? Planoglossus. See, this one is what? A gland known as what? Proboscis gland. This one is what? This one is proboscis gland. Okay, proboscis gland. So see, so whole this body part of hemichordata divided into three regions, three distinct regions. One is what? Proboscis. Okay, this one is proboscis. Second one is what? Collar. Second one is what? Collar. And third one is what, my dear? Trunk. Third one is what? Trunk. So see, this one is the proboscis, and this proboscis having containing, that is what? A cord here. That is, one is what? A stomochord. What I am writing here? That is stomochord. Wait for a moment. A stomochord. Stomochord is here. Okay. And then after here, one is also what? Mouth. Just beside a stomochord, there is what? Mouth. Correct? Now, on the collar region, why we not make here? Okay, wait for a moment. This one is the part not to be make here. Let's see. This one is the proboscis. Okay, this one is what? Is stomochord. Let's see here the cord. This one the cord. This cord is what? Is stomochord. Basically found in the collar region. See, this one is a stomochord. Okay, and this one is what? Mouth. Just beside a stomochord, here is what? Mouth. Okay, now this one is what? Gills. The collar region, this one is what? Gills. This one is gills, and this gills help in what? Respiration. This gills help in what? Respiration, my dear. Okay, and after that, this gills what? Help in respiration, and here the genital wings is also. Let's see. This one is what? Genital wings. This one is what? Genital wings, my dear. Clear? And this genital wings is what? A dioecious. If anybody can say you about this one is which one type? Dioecious. If I'm saying here the dioecious, it means what? Dioecious, my dear. Clear? So dioecious means what? Separate sex. That is male in another and female on another. Clear? Fertilization is which one? External, and development is what? Indirect. It goes into the first larva, they need to change it to what? Adult. Now, come to the NCERT. Okay, so see, in this NCERT, what the NCERT dear telling here? Let's see. So if I'm saying here about the phylum Hemichordata, see, Hemichordata was earlier considered as a subphylum under phylum Chordata. I was told this one point now. Yes. But now it is placed where? It is placed a separate phylum. That separate phylum is what? Non-chordata. Clear? So where we have put this hemichordata into a separate phylum, that separate phylum is what? Non-chordata. And this C, hemichordata have a rudimentary structure. You know what the rudimentary structure? Yes, in the collar region, my dear. That collar region is what? Stomochord. See with the help of this one diagram. The stomochord here, na? Here I'm making the rudimentary parts. This one is what? A stomochord. Yes. This one is what? A stomochord, my dear. Sorry. See, a stomochord. A structure which similar to what, my dear? Notochord. But not look like notochord, but it is similar to what? Notochords. Now, this phylum consists of a small group worm-like. What am I saying? Worm-like. Mostly found where? Marine animals. But the level of organization, see, organ system level of organization. But the symmetry, bilateral symmetrical. But the germ layer here, triploblastic. See, all the things is written, whatever I taught. But the coelom, yes, they have a coelomate, body cavity animals. Their body is which one type? Cylindrical. Composed of what? Three distinct regions. That is what? Proboscis, anterior region, a collar, and a long trunk, my dear. Clear? So this one is the diagram. See, what is the what? Proboscis. Second one is what? Collar, and third one is what? Trunk, my dear. Correct? Now see, what the circulatory system is here? I was told open type. It means the blood directly flow into their body cells. Respiration is what? Respiration is what? Respiration takes place with the help of gills. See, this one is a diagram of what? Gills. Here the gills, no? This one is the. So gills is responsible for what? Respiration. See, I'm written also here. Now, excretory organ. What is excretory organ? Is proboscis gland. See here. Here in this diagram, dear. See here in this one diagram. Proboscis gland. Wait a moment. This one is what? Proboscis gland. Gland is not written. Proboscis gland. Okay? Proboscis gland. Correct? This one is what? Proboscis gland. And this proboscis gland is responsible for what? This proboscis gland is responsible for what? Excretion, my dear. Correct? Excretion. See, excretory organ. Sexes are what? Sexes are separate, my dear. Okay. Fertilization is what? External. And development is what? Indirect. So all the things that whatever written in your NCERT, I was told these all things, my dear. Okay. Clear? So now in next part, my dear, hemichordata is clear. In next part, I will tell you about the phylum. Which one? Chordata, right? So hope so this thing is clear. So in this very part, I clear the two phylum. Number one is what? Echinodermata, and what? Phylum Hemichordata, right? See, this one thing is clear to all of you, hope so. Yes or no? This one is the phylum. Which one? Echinodermata. See, this one is the phylum Echinodermata. Thing is clear? Okay. And now see, this one is the phylum of what? Wait for a moment. This is the phylum of what? Hemichordata. Clear? Thing is clear? Thing is clear or not? Tell me first. See, I'm going through all the things that whatever I taught in this part. Okay. Phylum Echinodermata. That this one is phylum what? Spiny skinned body. Correct? The animals have an endoskeleton, calcareous ossicles. Clear? Hence they named what? Echinoderms. Echinoderms means what? Is spiny bodied. All are marine with organ system level of organization. Third point is what? Adult echinodermatas are radially symmetrical. Radially symmetrical, it means what? When we cut from a centers, then they divide into many equal halves. And third point is very important here. The adult echinoderms are radially symmetrically, but the larva are what? Bilateral symmetrical. Correct? But the germ layer is a triploblastic coelom. Yes, they have a coelomate animals, true body cavity. Digestive system is what? Complete with the lower end ventral side and anus on the upper side, that is dorsal side. And excretory system is what? Absent-minded. Correct? Most distinctive features which is present in phylum what? Echinodermata, that is water vascular system. So this water vascular system is responsible for locomotion, capturing of food, and transport of the food and respiration. Correct? So this one is the diagram of what? Water vascular system structure. Now that is very simple to know here. Sexes are separate, reproduction is sexual, and fertilization usually takes place what? External, my dear. So if I am saying external fertilization, it means what? The fusion of gametes outside the body cell. Yes or no? Definitely. Now development is which one type? Development is indirect with free swimming. Here are some examples that is very important to know. That is the starices, starfish, echinus, sea urchin, Antedon, sea lily, Cucumaria, sea cucumber, and Ophyra, Bristol star. Now, this one is the thing that whatever written in your NCRT. Go through this very line. Okay. Now, phylum Hemichordata. Hemi means half. Chordata means what? Vertebral column. So they are marine animals with organ system level of organization. Correct? Correct. This line is clear. Here the two thing is clear. One is what? Habitat. Second one is what? Level of organization. Now the second point is here is what? Bilateral symmetrical. It means what? When we cut from a center of a plane, then we divide into two equal halves. That is right and half. Suppose this one is our body. If we cut our body also, then it is also divided to two equal halves. Then it is known as what? Bilateral symmetrical. But whenever I'm talking about the germ layer, that is called what? Triploblastic, right? Coelomate animals. The body is this one type, cylindrical, and is composed of three distinct regions. One that is outer anterior proboscis, up collar, and a long trunk. Okay, circulatory system is open type. And anthe, you remember the word, no? Yes, what I'm saying here? Anthe. Hope so you know that term anthe, my dear. Wait for a moment. Anthe. I was told this one thing. Yes or no? A for arthropoda, N for non-cephalopod mollusca, T for tunicata, H for hemichordata. See, this one is the hemichordata. Is what? Open type of circulatory system, correct? And E for what? Echinodermata. Previously I was told about the echinodermata. They also have what? Open type of circulatory system, correct? Excretion organ, excretory organ is proboscis gland, my dear. Respiration takes place with the help of gills. Sexes are separate. And see, this one is the context written in your NCRT, and this one is the diagram of what? Hemichordata, my dear. Okay. So in next part, dear, that is in part 9, I will tell you about the phylum Chordata, correct? And all other the classes also. That the last part of this animal kingdom, that is part 9. I will discuss all the things, whatever the things is written in phylum Chordata, my dear. Okay. So hope so this thing is clear to all of you. Okay. Thank you. Go through line by line, check these all things from NCRT and learn by heart. How you learned? You have to just go through, take out your pen and copy, write down at least 5 times, and then after you believe that the things whatever I'm telling here, that is complete for you. Okay. Okay. Thank you, dear. Thank you for watching me. Thank you.